Tomorrow night, we go to the South Coast, and we are coming back with 3 points. Welcome to Andy Gunners Live. I'm Andrew, and if you are a genuine Arsenal supporter, tomorrow is the kind of night that gets your blood pumping. Wednesday evening football under the floodlights. A crowd that is going to be hostile, a manager who is going to be smart, and a squad that has what it takes to grind out exactly the kind of result that wins you a title. Before we go any further, hit that subscribe button right now. Turn on your notifications, like this video, drop a comment below telling me where you are watching from tomorrow night. And stay with me until the very end because I have got a complete tactical breakdown, a full predicted lineup, every injury update you need, and my honest read on how this game is going to play out. This is Andy Gunners Live. Let us get into it. I want you to take a moment and actually appreciate where we are right now. March, 5 points clear at the top of the Premier League. 2 massive wins in our last 2 league games against Tottenham and Chelsea, the 2 clubs whose supporters would love nothing more than to watch us fall apart. We did not fall apart, we won. Both times. We are not just leading this title race. We are controlling it. And tomorrow night against a Brighton side that has found some form of its own, we have the opportunity to send another message to Manchester City, to Liverpool, to every team watching from behind us in that table. Every point from now until May matters. Arteta knows that, the players know that, and every single one of us watching knows that. The title has not been won yet. 22 years is a long time to wait, and we are not going to sit here and celebrate prematurely. But I will tell you this, the squad Arteta has assembled this season is the most complete Arsenal squad I have seen in my lifetime as a supporter. The depth is real, the character is real, and tomorrow night is another chance to prove it. Let us start with the news that has every Arsenal fan holding their breath just a little bit. Declan Rice came off during Sunday's 2-1 win over Chelsea with less than 20 minutes remaining. He picked up what the club described as an unknown ailment, and he was taken off as a precaution rather than risk aggravating anything serious. Arteta confirmed after the final whistle that Rice would be assessed ahead of the trip to Brighton. Now here is where I want to be honest with you and give you my read on this. Even if Rice is fit, even if he comes through today and tomorrow's training sessions without any issue, there is a very strong argument for leaving him out tomorrow night. Arteta has already hinted at rotation. And with the schedule we have coming up, including the kind of matches that will define this entire season, protecting Declan Rice makes complete sense. He is the engine of this team. He covers more ground than almost anyone in the Premier League. He is physically dominant. He connects defence and attack. And when he is firing, this Arsenal midfield is genuinely one of the best in Europe. But none of that matters if we run him into the ground in early March and he is carrying a knock come April and May. So my expectation tomorrow night is that Rice starts on the bench at best. He may not even make the travelling squad, and I am completely comfortable with that call if Arteta makes it because the man Arteta will bring in to replace him is more than capable. Christian Ødegaard. Remember when some supporters were questioning whether we needed him in the summer? I hope those conversations have been put to bed by now. This is a player who arrived from Brentford with a deep understanding of what it means to compete in the Premier League. He is not flashy. He is not going to nutmeg someone in the middle of the pitch and get 10 million views on social media. But what he does, the press wins, the interceptions, the ability to shield that back four, the composure when the ball comes to his feet, under pressure, all of that is exactly what a team fighting for a title needs from a squad player stepping into a starting role. Alongside Martin Zubimendi tomorrow night, I think we are going to see one of the most disciplined double pivots in this league. Zubimendi has been quietly excellent for months now. He reads the game at a level that most midfielders simply do not. He scans, he anticipates, he recycles possession with a simplicity that frees up the players around him to do damage. Ødegaard next to him gives that midfield a physical presence and a relentless work ethic that Brighton will feel from the first whistle. Do not sleep on this midfield pairing tomorrow night. It might not have the marquee names, but it is going to be effective. There is some genuine optimism around Martin Ødegaard ahead of tomorrow. Our captain missed the Chelsea game with a minor knee issue, but the indications coming out of the training ground are that he could be part of the travelling squad for this one. Now, I want to be measured here. There is a difference between being available and being ready to start after a week on the sidelines. Arteta is not going to throw Ødegaard straight back into a starting role in a tough away game at the Amex if he is not at 100%. But having him on the bench, having that option available if the game needs something different in the second half would be a genuine boost for the squad. When Ødegaard is on the pitch, this team moves differently. The passes come quicker, the combinations are sharper, and the opposition's midfield suddenly has to account for someone whose movement and vision operates at an entirely different level. We have managed without him in recent weeks, and we have managed well. But getting him back into the rhythm of match involvement tomorrow night, even from the bench, would be a positive step ahead of the fixtures that are coming. Ben White is carrying a minor knock heading into tomorrow, which means Christian Mosquera could get the nod at right back again. Let me tell you, Mosquera has been one of the stories of this season. He came in from Valencia as someone many supporters were not entirely familiar with, and he has shown a maturity and a composure that you simply do not expect from a defender of his age. He played the final 30 minutes at right back in the North London derby and looked completely comfortable. If Arteta trusts him to start at the Amex tomorrow night, I back that call entirely. This is what squad depth looks like. This is why you spend your summer window building something with multiple quality options at every position rather than relying on the same 11 week after week until something breaks. Right, let us go through this properly. In goal, David Raya. No discussion needed, he was immense against Chelsea. The late save he produced to preserve those 3 points was the kind of moment that reminds you exactly why he is one of the best goalkeepers in this league. Raya starts, and Raya will be crucial tomorrow night against a Brighton side that is direct and dangerous on the counter. At right back, Christian Mosquera. With Ben White a doubt, Mosquera slots in, and as I said, I have full confidence in him. He is aggressive in the press, comfortable on the ball, and athletically he can deal with the pace and directness that Brighton like to use in wide areas. At centre-back, William Saliba. Imperious, that is the word I keep coming back to with Saliba. He combined with Timber for the opening goal against Chelsea, and he has been in the kind of form this season that should have him in every conversation about the best centre-backs in Europe. Calming, commanding, and absolutely dominant in the air. Alongside him, Gabriel Magallanes. Gabriel was back to his brilliant best on Sunday. He is going to have a very specific job tomorrow night, and that job has a name, Danny Welbeck. The former Arsenal man has scored in back-to-back games for Brighton, and he comes into this fixture with genuine confidence. But Gabriel has faced far more dangerous strikers than Danny Welbeck this season, and I fully expect him to win that battle tomorrow night. At left-back, Ricardo Calafiori. Piero Hincapié has genuinely established himself as the first-choice left-back. What a signing that loan deal has proven to be. But with rotation, the order of the day, and a schedule that demands Arteta manages every member of his squad carefully, Calafiori gets the opportunity tomorrow night. The Italian brings quality on the ball, an ability to drive forward and create from deep, and the technical foundation that Arteta demands from every player in that back line. In the double pivot, Zubimendi and Ødegaard, I have talked about both of them. Their job tomorrow night is to be a wall. Brighton under Fabian Hürzeler love to build through the thirds. They love their intricate passing combinations. They love to draw pressure and then bypass it with a single vertical pass. Zubimendi and Ødegaard have to be switched on from the first minute. No gaps, no lapses. Stay compact, stay connected, and make sure that when Brighton try to play through the middle, they find traffic every single time. On the right wing, Noni Madueke. He was an unused substitute at the weekend, and he will be hungry tomorrow night. Madueke is a player who needs momentum. When he is in form and getting regular minutes, he is one of the most exciting wide players in this league. He beats his man, he gets to the byline, and he puts the ball into areas where strikers can finish. He is an Arsenal player now, and he has the qualities to cause Brighton's defence real problems tomorrow. In the number 10 position, Bukayo Saka. This is the thing I want to spend some time on, because I think Arteta has been building towards something here, and tomorrow night might be another step in that direction. Saka has started in a wide right position for our last 2 wins, and results have come. But when he plays centrally, when he plays as that number 10 with freedom to drift and combine and create in the pockets between Brighton's lines, he is genuinely unplayable for stretches of matches. Eberechi Eze was quiet against Chelsea, and I say that with respect for everything Eze has brought to this club since joining from Crystal Palace. The energy, the directness, the boyhood dream fulfilled. But the honest truth is that he has not recorded a single Premier League goal contribution outside of London in 11 months. That is a statistic worth acknowledging. Away games, away atmospheres, that is where Saka's reliability and Saka's mentality becomes even more valuable. Tomorrow night feels like a Saka centrally type of performance. On the left wing, Gabriel Martinelli. Leandro Trossard was ineffective again at the weekend, and while he remains a valued squad option, Martinelli gives us something different on this left side. He creates from nothing. He has the pace to get behind Brighton's defensive line, the directness to run at fullbacks in 1-versus-1 situations, and the energy to press from the front all night long. There should be space behind Brighton's high defensive line for Martinelli to exploit tomorrow night, particularly when Zubimendi and the fullbacks are recycling possession quickly. And leading the line, Kai Havertz. This is Arteta sending a clear signal. Havertz was back from the bench against Chelsea, and the manager will want him to rebuild his rhythm and his confidence as quickly as possible. Victor Gyökeres has been magnificent this season, 6 Premier League goals. A presence that opposing defences genuinely fear, but rotating him and giving Havertz the start makes total sense given the schedule ahead. Havertz brings something different to that striker role. His hold-up play, his ability to link with the midfield, his movement between the lines when Brighton's defensive shape compresses, all of that creates problems that a pure number 9 does not always create. Get Havertz up to speed now while the title is still being built rather than decided. I want to spend a few minutes on Brighton because I think dismissing them tomorrow night would be a mistake, and this channel does not do lazy analysis. Fabian Hürzeler's side are back-to-back winners. They beat Brentford, and then they followed that up by beating Nottingham Forest 2-1 with Diego Gomez and Danny Welbeck, the goal scorers. They come into this home game with genuine belief. The Amex is a tough venue. Arsenal came unstuck there last season thanks to a controversial penalty decision, and the atmosphere that crowd generates under the floodlights on a Wednesday night is not something you can ignore. Welbeck is the name I keep coming back to. He knows this Arsenal squad. He knows the players. He has scored in his last 2 games, and he will be absolutely motivated to add to that against his former club tomorrow night. Gabriel will need to be at his very best to keep him quiet. Kaoru Mitoma on the left side of Brighton's attack is a constant threat. His ability to run at defenders in one-on-one situations, his low centre of gravity, his unpredictability, all of that creates headaches for opposition right-backs. If Mosquera is starting tomorrow night, his very first task is to make sure he does not give Mitoma an inch of space in those first 15 minutes when the crowd is loud and the adrenaline is high. Jorginho Rutter will be orchestrating things in the number 10 role. Carlos Baleba in midfield will be combative and physical. Yankuba Minte will threaten on the right side with his directness and pace. The injury news for Brighton is significant. Adam Webster is out for the season. Stefanos Tsitsipas, who was one of their most exciting young players, is out until summer after his ACL injury. Solly March is back, but is being managed carefully and is unlikely to start tomorrow. Mats Wiffer is a fitness doubt after not completing 90 minutes at the weekend. This is not a full-strength Brighton, but it is still a dangerous Brighton. Playing at home, playing with form, playing for their season. Never underestimate that combination. The way Arteta's side wins this game is by controlling the tempo from the very first minute. Brighton want the game to be chaotic. They want transitions. They want the ball to move quickly between the thirds so that their attacking players can run in behind on the counter. The moment this becomes an open end-to-end game at the Amex with 20 minutes to go, Brighton have the crowd behind them and the belief to make something happen. Arsenal's job is to prevent that entirely. Zubimendi and Ødegaard sitting in front of the defence, cutting off the vertical passes into Welbeck. Saliba and Gabriel holding their line but being aggressive enough to step and cut out anything played over the top. The fullbacks staying connected and not gambling on overlapping runs at the same time. And in possession, Arsenal have to be patient, not slow, but patient. Recycle, probe, wait for Brighton's shape to shift, and then play the killer pass. If Saka is operating centrally, Brighton's midfield has a genuine problem. Baleba and whoever starts alongside him in the engine room will have to decide, do we follow Saka into deeper areas and risk leaving space behind? Or do we hold our shape and let him receive in dangerous half spaces? Either answer creates a problem for Hürzeler's team. Martinelli's movement on the left should stretch Brighton's right-sided defenders and create room for the left-back to overlap. Havertz dropping deep to link play, then getting forward into the box for crosses and second balls, gives this attack a different dimension to the direct style of Gyökeres. I think Arsenal win this 2-0. A controlled, professional away performance. 1 goal early to settle the nerves. A second before or just after the hour to kill the game. And 3 points in the bank heading into the weekend. I want to finish with something a little more personal, because the numbers and the tactics and the lineups are important, but they do not capture what tomorrow night actually means. 22 years. That is how long Arsenal supporters have been waiting. I grew up watching some extraordinary players in red and white. I have been through the near misses, the capitulations, the moments where you genuinely believe this was the year only for the ground to disappear beneath your feet. This team is different. Not just in quality, though. The quality is undeniable, but in character. You do not go to Tottenham and win. You do not go to Chelsea and win 2-1 when you are riding injury crises and rotation challenges and come through the other side with 5 points of daylight between you and the rest unless you have something real in the dressing room. Arteta has built something real. The squad depth this season is the difference. Every time a key player has been missing, someone has stepped in and delivered. Every time a result has looked uncertain, someone has produced a moment of quality to turn it. This is not a one-man team or a two-man team. It is 23 players who believe in each other and in what they are building. Tomorrow night is one more step, one more chance to add to that 5-point lead. One more away game in what is going to be a season. None of us will ever forget. Get behind the team, watch every minute of this one tomorrow. And come back here on Andy Gunners Live for the full post-match reaction and player ratings immediately after the final whistle. Arsenal, title, let us go. If you have made it this far, thank you. Genuinely. This channel exists because of supporters who care as much about this club as I do. Subscribe if you are not already. Like this video. Drop your predicted Arsenal score in the comments right now. I read every single one. Turn on your notifications so you never miss a post-match reaction, a transfer update, or a tactical breakdown. I am Andrew. This is Andy Gunners Live. Come on, you Gunners.